Hello guys, Gypsy Wolf. Thank you so much for joining me. For those of you that have joined my channel for quite some time, I know it's been a while. So I thank you for being here and joining me on this journey. And for those of you that are new to my channel, I'm an eclectic witch, so I basically teach everything about oils, powders, brews, potions, basic witchcraft information, you name it. So if that's something you're interested in learning about, I would highly encourage you to hit the subscribe button, hit that bell, that way you don't miss anything, and join this amazing, amazing witchy community. Okay, enough about that. So, I know I did a poll, and the one that's winning so far, I am working on. Okay, I'm probably going to split it into 2 videos, actually. But I wanted to be able to get all my thoughts together and work on that and make sure I give you guys as much information as possible. Plus, I wanted to start an Herbal 101 series because these are plants that we're only going to see bloom for a very short period of time. And it's best to harvest them during this short period of time. So let's get into it and, make sure that we gather them and know how to use them. Okay? Alright, so the first one that I'm going to start with is in this series, I can't talk right today, is none other than wild violets. They're so beautiful. They're considered a weed, but they look like little flowers. They're so pretty. Now, it depends on where you live when they come in a bloom. They bloom very early in my area. I'm in very southern New Jersey, about 10 to 15 minutes outside of Philadelphia. So they've been in bloom for about a week and a half. We've got about another week. They don't bloom for long at all. So when you start seeing them, you want to start cultivating them right away. So I picked these yesterday, so they're already wilting, but this is what they look like when they're fresh. I put them in a little bit of water so you guys could see. Now, most of the time, you'll see them all in like this, purple. Some people think it's blue. To me, it looks all purple. And then you'll also sometimes see them in this white with purple in the center. Alright, so that's generally what you're going to see, at least in my area. Alright, so that's what they look like fresh. But when they dry down, they turn into these teeny tiny little buds. Like, I'm telling you, they're like so itty bitty. So you might think that you have gathered plenty for the year, but trust me, you're going to want at least double what you think you're going to need. So once you start seeing them in bloom, every day go outside and harvest. Now, I picked a few, just 2 leaves that aren't dried yet, but they're already curling up because I picked them last night. I wanted to show you the leaves because they look like little hearts. See up there? And I think that might contribute as to why it's so commonly and mostly widely used in love and lust magic. Now, I do have violet essential oil. This is by a brand I've never used before. It's called Pure Gold Essential Oils, and it is therapeutic grade. I bought this probably a year ago, somewhere on Amazon. It's very hard to find. Oh, sorry, you're gonna hear cars and motorcycles and stuff, so don't mind that. Okay, cycles are gone. But it smells so, oh my gosh, it smells so good. I actually have a lot of violet oil in my full moon oil, my goddess oil, anything that has to do with like feeling very feminine. I like to add violet. But make sure if you do purchase this, you really look, if you're going online or even if you're in a store and you see it, make sure it is not a fragrance oil. Look at the description because sometimes it can be very deceiving, and make sure it is true essential oil. If you can get therapeutic grade, even better, but I understand that it's already expensive as it is, so therapeutic grade violet essential oil, you know, that's a bit of an investment, so it's up to you, okay? Totally up to you. If you want to spend the extra money, do it. If you don't, that's fine too. Alright, so I did take my notes as I always do with these Herbal 101s, but so I'm basically going to tell you just, you know, elements that they represent and some of the basic natural uses. Violets really don't have medicinal qualities, not many, so I'm not going to go into that in this video. Alright, so the planet that it represents is Venus. The goddess that it represents is Venus. The element that it represents is water. Okay, and now some folk names for these wild violets is Vita, Heart's Ease, which you'll see why later, Sweet Violet, and Blue Violet. Okay, so one of the most common ways to use violets is in a combination with lavender. It makes a highly stimulating love and lust powder or potion if you decide to, you know, infuse it in an oil or something like that. That's entirely up to you. Or if you just want to use the essential oils, things like that. But that's very popular when using violets. So they're also powerful and great for dreaming of your true love, wish magic, and beauty enhancement spells. But the main powers, and there are quite a few, believe it or not: love, lust, wishes, peace, healing, and protection. Okay, so 6. Now, I don't feel like when I work with it, I don't feel a protective quality from it. I feel more wish magic and love magic than anything. But you work with it and see what you feel works for you. So, let's see. Alright, so what do I want to get into next? Okay, so they're great for using healing spells after a breakup. Really good for that. To mend the heart. And it's also good in blends to keep your lover faithful. That's another big one. And, okay, so I have read to ease heartache from a breakup, you want to bathe with the violets for 9 days. It's supposed to help mend your heart, so to speak. Or if you want to draw a new love to you, you put some of the leaves in your right shoe for 7 days. Now, because we're putting it in the right shoe, I'm assuming, and this is not what I read, but if you know anything about magic, especially folk magic, hoodoo, things like that, when you put something in your right shoe, or your left shoe, doesn't matter, you're kind of stomping on something, you're dominating something. So I would assume that the person that you're going to bring in you're going to be a bit dominant over. So if that's something you're looking for, then maybe this is something you want to do. Okay, so some of the other magical uses for wild violets. You want to put violets under your pillow to enhance your dreams. It's commonly connected to amethyst, and that is synced to the third eye chakra, so therefore violets are very good for divination. So if that's something that you do frequently, incorporate it maybe in your incense blends that you use when doing divination work, or if you do divination work with powders or herbs or whatever. So you can wear a violet leaf for protection, and it's really good to put like in a little mojo bag for that, so you could, maybe put it on a chain or in your pocket, something like that. I've never done that, but I've read it in a few books that works. Putting vases of violets in your home, they draw luck, love, and protection. So when they are in bloom, and they only stay in the water for about like a day, day and a half, I do like putting that on a little table by my bed. It helps me feel at peace and at ease, and helps me sleep a little bit better. You can also use candy violets, and I can look up a way to make those and put that in the description if you guys want. And you would add that to a cake and share it with your significant other, and that would increase or encourage the bond between the two of you. You can also use violets as a tea to steam your face for beauty magic, which I really like using it for. I also like putting it in milk overnight, but like I keep it in the fridge, obviously. But I love using that and then splashing it on my face in the morning. Oh my god, it just feels heavenly. And you can even add a drop of the essential oil too, if you don't mind that on your skin. I can't handle that, but some people can. And you can also make a tea out of it to calm your nerves. I haven't tried it, and I would assume, I don't know what the leaves taste like. They might be a bit bitter, but I would assume that the flowers themselves probably don't have much of a flavor. They're probably pretty mild. So you might want to mix them with one or two other herbs to give it a little more flavor. But herbs that, help calm yourself, like chamomile, I would think would be a good addition. And then, last but not least, again, when we're dealing with beauty magic, you can infuse a bottle of face oil with violet flowers and bless it to, increase your beauty. And you can say a mantra, something like, I am beautiful inside and out. Anything that works for you, but something simple. Keep it simple. What I like to do, as I mentioned, I like the whole milk and violet method, but it's also great if you don't want to do that. You can take some fresh violets and pour boiling water over them and let it cool, let it steep for a couple of hours. Strain and put it in a small water bottle and keep that in your fridge and use it as a spritz on your face. It will refresh you. It will kind of cool you down, and it just makes you feel like the goddess that you are. We're all goddesses and gods for all the men out there, okay? But this is more of a female herb. I will put that out there. So the next one, though, is more male-dominated. So, guys, I haven't forgotten about you if I have any male viewers. So, I got a lot of this information from a website called greenmanmeadows.com. A lot of it from my own knowledge of working with the plants. And yeah, I just didn't want to leave that out because I want to give credit where credit is due. And if you have any other questions, if you want to see recipes on how I use it in oils and powders and things like that, please let me know. And next, I will probably be dealing with dandelions. We shall see, because they are in bloom. So let me know what plants, weeds, quote unquote, flowers are in bloom in your area. So that way I know what to cover. Whatever plants seem to be the most dominant out of everybody that's watching, I can kind of dive into that and help everybody out a bit. Okay? Alright, so like I said, if you have any more questions, please let me know. I'm always here to help. And if you have more in-depth questions that are a bit personal, feel free to email me at magicalgypsywolf@gmail.com. As always, guys, have a beautiful day and blessed be.